Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-January 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancerians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me about the Cancer Collective in mid-January. What's happening? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cancer, please. Let's get this first card popping for my friends. What's going on? Cancer, the crab. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. All right, so there is something about guidance here showing up for you. And I do generally like this card, but there is something about the birds with the strings. It's nice because it could be a whole ton of spiritual protection, but there is something being guided along here, okay? Whether you call it fate or something else, we'll just have to see. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button. It's happening right on its third eye. You know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. So if we look at the imagery here, I think it's one of the more beautiful cards in the deck. We have this individual wearing red, kind of like a bird costume, being guided by these white doves, and they're holding them up by a rope. Now, in divination, white birds generally represent the love and light type of energy, right? Like guardian angels, spirit guides, your spirit team, ancestors, all the light forces that tend to help us out throughout life. Now, for some of you, the message could be as simple as that, right? This could be speaking about the life's journey, knowing that you are protected. Maybe you need that reassurance in this time. Like, all right, you are not alone. You have someone or something, or you're being looked after, right? This is a beautiful card of spiritual protection, like you're a protected person or an individual. But it's given me a little bit of a different flavor this week for some reason, because they are guiding this person. So there is something, whether something was fated to happen or something was meant to be, or you're being directed in a very specific place. It's something to watch out for, because usually when things are being pulled by rope or string, it's like not the greatest, but since it is all love and light type of energy, I'm liking it so far. We'll see what shows up within the reading itself. Some of you could just take it, like I said, as that spiritual protection. But let's get into tarot now. And I do always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote for us. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up here for the Cancerians. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It had a lot of fire, a lot of air. The reading was titled An Explosive Warning, and normally I put that as a title when I see a lot of unpredictable energy, and that was big in your reading last week, where there could have been things sparking off, things popping up out of nowhere, a volatile energy where things could go either really, really good or the other way. So we're going to hope for a little more stability this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe, we could be seeing someone else's. You know how tarot goes. So let's get you 3 cards to start off here. What's up with the Cancers in mid-January, please? So what's going on? All right, so we're starting good. We have a card of victories and wins here, right here in the very beginning. So that could be really good for you. I don't want to speculate too much on it just yet. Notice that it is fire as well, so keeping up with that fire element. Get 2 more. Thank you. Okay, strength card, even more fire. So it's still holding over. Got some Leo energy here. We'll talk more about that momentarily. Let's get you 1 more. What's going on? The deck is being very specific. There we go. All right, so the fire-air combination is still in the mix. We have the 4 of Swords. So we have an intriguing mixture of energies here, my friend. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get down to that juicy intuitive stuff. And at first glance, if you look here in the box, I was already talking about the elements a little bit. We have fire, we have air, and I always say when you mix the two, it's unpredictable, it's volatile, just like last week's reading, which things could go really, really good, could possibly go the other way. 4 of Swords isn't necessarily a rough card, but we're gonna have to break it down piece by piece, because I see a lot of positives, I just don't want to get too optimistic just yet because we still have to clarify all of it. But position number 1, generally a beautiful card. And I will say with these 2 cards, watch out for any egoic individuals in this time. All right, I just want to put that out there for some of you, like people that have a very big ego on them. I want to steer clear in this time. But the 6 of Wands, beautiful. You see this person, it looks like they're marching in a parade. People are celebrating them. They have the wreath or the laurels above their head. So, of course, this card could represent victories. It could represent wins, coming out on top, triumphing. This is a card of public notoriety. This is a card of gaining recognition. So for some of you individuals out there, you might gain recognition for the works you've done or the things you do, right? That's a really nice type of energy to have. It's also a card that shows up with public attention as well. So for a portion of you, yeah, maybe this is some form of like public attention. But to me, I really like it generally. Now, every single card has positives and challenges, and a challenge of this, can you guess it? It could be someone with a bit of an ego, right? Someone that refuses to lose, that they can't lose, me lose, never that type of energy, which could be good sometimes, right? Nothing wrong with a little bit of confidence, but watch out for the egos, right? Or egoic people. That's just one thing I need to continuously say. And the fact that it is fire element, and we have a lot of fire, and what we had last week, there's a lot of unknowns or things that could pop up out of nowhere. I just got to keep it real. Now, moving to the center, we have the Strength card. Why is this fire, you might ask? Because it's a card that represents Leo the lion, which is very close to you in the zodiacal wheel. And you might just have some Leo placements, right? Maybe you have your Venus or your Mercury or your moon in Leo. And I like this card because to me, it's not physical strength. It's more of an unseen strength, inner strength. We see the Strength card, we think of strength of character. Can somebody get over something, or could somebody get through this problem, this situation, whatever's bothering them? Do they have the grit within them to overcome this? That's a big thing I always think of with this card. Also, it's an angelic type of energy as well. So linking in with that very first oracle we have, yet again, another card of spiritual protection and guidance. But what is a challenge? If you're not linked to Leo yourself, when I see the Strength card, the reverse meaning of this could be someone who is, you guessed it, unpredictable, someone that loses control very quickly. They don't have that strength of character. So we're kind of seeing this like something's up in the air, all right? That's just the vibe I'm picking up so far. But Strength can be very good, right? This could talk about something good coming in, especially next to a card like this. So we're going to tuck it in right here, and we'll explore it more as the reading goes on. Getting to the back end, here we have what could possibly be a spark plug, which is intriguing because this card is at rest. So we have the Four of Swords. For a portion of you, it could be a very simple type of message. Maybe you're having issues sleeping. Maybe you need more rest. Maybe you're having interesting dreams. This is a card that is very tapped into spirituality. So you might be having very vivid, interesting dreams, or there is something linked to your inner voice. This is a card of meditation and spirituality. Could also represent the paranormal, so a small portion of you could be having a lot of paranormal experiences when this card is here. But notice it is completely at rest. So it could be something at a stop. It could be you needing some rest and recuperation, absolutely. But once again, this is the air with all this fire. So we're going to want to see what could or may pop up out of nowhere. It all depends. I don't want to say this is going to be positive just yet because I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Cancerians and see what's happening, please. Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Wands. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Cancer, you could drop it right in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Six of Wands time. What's going on? Why is that Six of Wands here? Thank you. Two of Swords. Yeah. So just like I said, things popping up out of nowhere, we do have this card of mystery. And I do feel so far that this front end could be very, very good for a lot of you. Like something where there may be confusion or unknowns. You might not have all the information. Could turn out way better than you think it will. The Two of Swords. So once again, we're sticking to the fire-air combination here. And I've just been getting that, like things popping up out of nowhere. Expect the unexpected in this time. Classically, this card could represent confusion, you know, someone who can't make a decision or a choice, but notice that this person is hoodwinked, they're blindfolded, it's at nighttime, there's a moon in this card as well. So to me, this is one of my cards of the unexpected, the surprising. So under a card like this, Six of Wands, I just got to give it to you straight with a very simple title. For a portion of you, this could be an unexpected win or an unexpected victory, or a result where if there is something that is confusing you, where it doesn't make sense, or if there is something where you don't have all the facts or you don't know how it's going to turn out, it could turn out better than you think, okay? That's what I'm seeing right here on the front end. Now, yes, we still have the Strength card. We still have that Four of Swords on the back end. There's still a lot of volatility within the reading itself, but for a lot of you, there could be something that turns out way better than you expected to, if you even expect it. So let's move in on the Strength card, okay? We're not going to overcomplicate that. It is what it is. So let's see why Strength is here for my Cancerian friends. I'd still watch out for egoic individuals in this time. Like, whether it's, I mean, like big ego people, like narcissistic people as well. Just keep that in mind. There might be somebody who their ego just rubs you the wrong way in the coming days and weeks, because I can't let go of that message. It keeps popping up, like someone that thinks they're God's gift to the world. It's bothering me a little bit. Let's keep moving. Let's see why Strength is here. Even though we have positives here, I have to keep giving you that warning. Watch out for the people that are very full of themselves. Okay. So yeah, this is good. We have the Hanged Man in reverse, which is the best way we want to receive this card. Usually this is a card of inaction. It could be someone stopping, pulling back their energy in a way or another, someone who's analyzing or watching. The Hanged Man is often someone that makes a lot of self-sacrifice as well. They take one for the team, where they put others' happiness above themselves. Notice it is in the reverse. So for a lot of you, this could represent a change. If there is something specifically you've been waiting on, someone, something, a change of some sort that you've been waiting on, that could actually happen. I feel for a lot of you, there's a possibility for your patience to be rewarded in a big way. Okay, so if there has been a situation, a problem, whatever it might be that you've been waiting to resolve for a long time, this Hanged Man in reverse tells me that, all right, the energy is going to start freeing up under the Strength card, like you will be rewarded for your patience or your inner strength. So we really like this card. Now, zodiacally, the Hanged Man could represent a Scorpio that you're connected to. It could also sometimes represent Virgo. So when I see it under the Strength card, this could be a very deep bond with someone with Scorpio placements or someone with Virgo placements as well. But to me, yeah, I do feel like someone's patience being rewarded here, like this energy starting to kick in. So really, really good stuff. We're going to keep moving. So even if this is a tough one here on the back, the fact that we have two really good, solid, positive energies that could be claimed, I would claim them, okay? I would claim them. Even if you're down in the dumps, maybe things are good for you right now too, I'd still claim them, right? Because especially with the unexpected victory and your patience being rewarded, it's really nice. So let's see why that Four of Swords is here. Then we'll go do our recap before we get into the Shadow card. So why is the Four of Swords in the mix? And I'll mention this for you, Cancer. I think 8 of the 12 zodiac signs, or 8 of the 9 that I've filmed so far up to this point, have had an overabundance of earth energy, like pentacles. You're one of only 2 so far that has none. We have the Page of Swords in the upright. Who is watching what? Who is watching what here? Okay, so some of you, air sign energy, might be connected to an air sign there. When I see it underneath this Four of Swords, if you're wondering if someone's still keeping tabs, yeah. That's one thing I could absolutely say. It's like, all right, well, I'm not doing anything interesting. I don't know why the heck they're watching me. What are they watching me for? I mean, maybe they find you interesting. That's a big possibility. But we have the Spy of the Tarot deck here. Now, the Page of Swords underneath this Four of Swords, for a portion of you, maybe there's someone you're purposely not speaking to at this time. Only take it if it hits. But for another portion of you, just know you might be under someone's microscope and you might intuitively feel that. Okay, so this is like a curveball energy. I don't feel like it fits completely with what we have here in the front. The Page of Swords, if it's not a younger person or an air sign like I already mentioned, it's someone watching and keeping tabs, especially next to a card like the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so just keep this in mind that whether it's at work or elsewhere, like someone might have their attention on you, whether it's called for or it's not. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's not like you're making waves. It's not like you're purposely trying to get attention, but someone's locked in on you. I could absolutely see that here, my friends. And for a portion of you, once again, this could be someone that you're purposely like, yeah, I don't really want to talk to this person right now, or we shouldn't really be communicating for whatever reason. There's like a defensiveness here on the back end. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, because there's just a lot happening in your reading this week, Cancer. If you kindly look in the box before we get into the shadow card. Position number 1, and I will say this elementally, it's overwhelmingly fire and air. Like we do have this little hanged man sticking out. But position number 1, we do have the fire-air combo of 6 of wands, 2 of swords in the upright. So for some of you, sure, if there's like something where you don't have all the details or there's some confusion, you might finally get that clarity in this time. But once again, the surprising or unexpected winner victory is showing up right here in the beginning. Beautiful way for us to start off the reading. Moving to the center, we have the Strength card with the Hanged Man in reverse. And for a lot of you, I did feel like if there's something you've been waiting on, your patience could be rewarded in a big way, or your strength of character. So I really like what I'm feeling there in the front end. Beautiful stuff, claimable energy. As we get to the back end, we have the 4 of Swords with the Page of Swords in the upright. This is where the energy clamps down and gets a little bit defensive. For some of you, there might be a person you're specifically not speaking to for whatever reason. That's your prerogative, right? No judgment here. But for another portion of you, just know that someone might have their eyes on, right? Someone might be watching you. You might have someone's attention. And I also got that interesting or funny feeling. It's like, all right, well, why are they watching me? It's not like I'm putting myself out there for attention. It's like, why are they even interested? It's kind of giving me that vibe. So just know you're under someone's microscope, or maybe someone's under yours, right? So please take a screenshot. Let's get you a shadow card here. Interesting, funny reading, I'd say. But let's see what's in the shadows for Cancer this week. My guides and spirit team. And yes, as a lot of you know, I like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or maybe something you don't quite see. Okay, a shadow card doesn't always have to be a challenge either. Sometimes it could be very good. And especially with the theme of what we've been seeing, this could be really nice. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. It is a beautiful way to support the channel, and I greatly appreciate all of my channel members. Obviously, no pressure. I just got to mention it. So let's get you one here. What do we got for Cancer? Thank you. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So you're getting a very positive shadow card here, my friends. This is one of my cards of wish fulfillment, and it does tie in with a lot of what we saw in the front end of this reading. Now, the 10 of Pentacles could represent an influx of money or a level up in work and money and stuff like that. Could also connect to issues of family and issues of the household. But the energy that I'm picking up here right off the bat as a shadow card, this is the type of energy that we want to see. Stability, something that's stable, something that's a little bit predictable, not in a bad way though, predictable in a very positive way. So I feel like this links in perfectly to what we've been seeing within the reading itself as a shadow card. The 10 of Pentacles, unless you're having big issues in the family, unless you're having big issues with your home or household, this is Spirit saying like, oh, Cancer, something good is coming. There's like a good completion, a happy ending type of energy here. So this is very claimable as well. That's my opinion on it. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. For the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls tarot deck. It's one of my favorite new decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what are one of your biggest goals for this year that we just entered into? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.